Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The first time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
Can you please tell me, star specialists, when Mercury will quit retrograding?
Oh, I don't know. I got a text message this weekend from somebody we know, and he sent me a picture of a jar of, and this was like Saturday morning, and he had a crate. He bought these pickles the day before, and they're like they're in a tub, and they're spicy dill pickles. And he says, when's this going to stop? Because he was eating them that morning. And I said, I don't know, but where did you get those?
Right?
And
that sounds delicious.
He said they're at Hy-Vee and they cost lots of money. And I said, I bet they do, but that looks worth it.
I wanted to get pickles on Friday. We went to Hy-Vee, and I honestly didn't get them because it was so expensive. A jar of pickles was $5.
Just a regular jar of pickles.
Straight up.
These are straight up cucumbers,
I love bread and butter pickles. My favorite, but they was almost $6 for the jar. What is going on?
I don't know, because they're just straight up cucumbers. I mean,
with a little vinegar, and vinegar is super cheap. You can buy a big jug of it.
Cucumbers and patience.
That's it.
That's
Cucumbers
what
and time.
Are. All they are.
But who do pickles think they are, trying to charge us $6 for themselves?
Money. And so this little fancy tub that he had of these pickles, I can't remember what kind they were called. Dill. I don't have my phone with me. Dillos. I think they're called Dillos. I don't know, but anyway, I was like,
yeah, we need to get something. The Earth or Mercury needs to pull us out of this rut of just garbage eating, really weird cravings, weird things happening. It just needs to be over.
I don't have my phone, but I think it's March 12th, so it's still a couple weeks. I think it is still at least early mid-March. All right, but in the meantime, you can enjoy spring.
The weather's beautiful.
So I saw a couple of posts about it, and we were talking about this the other day. The difference between the what do you want to call it? Stellar or constellation? Whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? Vernal equinox, March, what?
I'd say March
19th. You know, the difference between when that happens and when people meteorologically, they decided that spring is March 1st, meteorologically, March 1. But according to the stars this year, I think it's March 19th or something like that. Anyway, the next 10 days look amazing.
Incredible.
I mean, it's just like we're heading into mid-March. It's either going to be in like a lion, in like a lamb, out like a lion, or we're going to get really lucky.
According to the farmers, I know it's going to be out like a lion. So I think we should
thunderstorms.
Either one.
I'm okay with thunderstorms.
I'm welcoming thunderstorms.
I don't want a lot of rain. We're trying to avoid that this year.
I know. Well, I'm welcoming thunder. I'd rather have a whole bunch of thunderstorms than any snow. But you know what? I'm always down for one more blizzard. We only have one real dose of winter.
So what? It's enough for me.
I want it. Just one more.
But no. Oh my God, no. But yeah, so anyway, we've got a good couple weeks of some decent weather, so I can put up with that. And then we're less than a week away from springing ahead in the clocks.
Which is, I heard that this morning when I was watching TV, and I can't believe it. We just fell backwards. Why are we springing forward? Yeah, it's stupid.
It's gotten longer and longer in between. And I think, and they've got the bill, and people were kind of talking and chattering about it. Every state, there's several state bills I know to stop. So let's just hold on let's go ahead and let this one happen. And we'll live through the summer. And then this fall we'll fall back and we'll never do it again.
I'm good with that.
Because then we gain an hour.
Let's definitely not end it on our front foot. Let's end it while we're leaning back a little bit.
Let's sit down.
I love it.
So let's enjoy that extra hour.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
And we never do it again. We never talk of it again.
Because it's miserable. Springing forward sucks.
All right. So, big news on the Jack front. He stayed home by himself without having in his kennel. He was in his kennel, but he didn't have the door shut.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And nothing was destroyed?
No, I came home and he was still in his kennel.
Do you think he knew the door was open?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
He's very aware, but he was on place and he stayed and I didn't shut it because I was like, I hate that idea, because if something does happen, he needs to be able to go kick somebody's butt. If somebody would break into my house, I don't want my dog shut up.
That's true.
That's his job. I don't know if he knows that, but
I think there's something in the DNA of a German Shepherd. They just kind of know that a little bit.
I'm breaking it to him, that you do have some freedoms. You can, but he stayed, and I can. When I came home, he was just all curled up and looked at me walking in. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?"
As you looked around the house just to make sure everything was good.
What's this? Where are
the cats? Right? Are the cats okay?
Nothing was destroyed. The only thing that was destroyed was stuff that the cat destroyed. That cat, Dexter, he is a pill.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he's really feeling his oats, man. He's like tearing it up in the house, and you come near him. Oh no, you don't get to touch me, but I get to just kick stuff around. I'm knocking things down. He's knocking stuff off my dresser. He's dragging stuff out of the bathroom. He's knocking stuff off the counter in the kitchen. I didn't even see him, and I come out there and there's all this stuff on the floor, and I'm like, I didn't even.
You need to get Jackson Galaxy out there. Get Jackson, have him bring his guitar with his little training tools to train the cats. He trained a puma once.
Dexter already trained my Jack to sit down.
That video was hilarious. I think it's still up on our Facebook page too. If you see it, it's really funny.
Oh my God! It's like I just want my wubba.
What the?
Oh God, he's swatting at me again. And I got a new video of Jack too because I noticed that the Deadbeat Brothers, if you follow them, they are the stay-at-home crew of OPD Canine Ty, who is a police dog, and they're deadbeats because they don't have a job. But they get treats every once in a while with Ty, and one of the fun treats is the Ready Whip. And they just squirt a little bit of Ready Whip, and they all sit and wait their turn to have.
Great treat.
Right? So I decided I'm going to try this with Jack. So I get him, he's sitting, and I had it up, and he's looking at it, ears are up, and I go, and he turns and bolts.
Did you post that yet?
I tried to I don't know, I didn't catch it real well, but I tried because I
funny.
laughed so hard. He's like, what the hell? What was that just fell out of that?
So let's go back to 2 minutes ago. You talk about it's going to kick some butt when somebody breaks into the house.
Don't bring Ready Whip with you.
We need to evaluate that. You can have all the pepper spray you want, but you bring Ready Whip, you could take it all.
He just bolted, and then I was walking toward him like, come here, and he kept walking away, tail between his legs.
Did he ever?
What did you do to that? I mean, he squeezed the stuffing out of it. What the hell? And finally, he did come back, and we worked through it.
Does he understand that it's delicious now?
Yeah, he's got it now.
It's like a kid. It's like a kid trying a lime for the first time.
What are you doing to me?
That was awful. And when you're cracking up,
I was dying, and I had to hand feed it to him because he wouldn't take it out of the can.
Heck no. That's something that in Dogland, like he has never seen that before. So he's like, "What the heck?"
It looked like it was the innards come. I mean, just
right. Like she squeezed the crap out of that little hand otter or whatever is that little thing she has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I do have a short video of him actually eating it that came out really good. The one where he bolted didn't work so well. But
we got to at least try to salvage a few seconds.
We'll see what we can do. Like, I don't think so, lady. Yeah, so.
That is funny.
Anyway, so that's the Jack update.
I don't have really any updates for the weekend except my car died yesterday morning.
Yeah,
Sunday morning.
Speaking of which, I'm just going to, well, go ahead. Then I'm going to add on to this.
Okay.
Okay, go right ahead.
So I get up on a Sunday morning, had some stuff I needed to do at work, and I didn't, everybody was sleeping in the house, and I'm up. Gym's not open, so I wasn't going to go to the gym. So I just came down and to do some work here. It was like 6:15.
Should have come down Saturday morning. I was here Saturday morning digging through looking for stuff. That's a whole nother story.
Oh, all right.
Of why I was here Saturday morning. I'll tell that another time.
I didn't know I had stuff to do on Saturday morning. I found that out Saturday. So I'm like, well, I'll just go Sunday morning and do it.
So basically you got out of the house as early as possible so you didn't have the to-do list on Sunday?
Well, there's not a lot of to-do lists around our house, really. Like that's a pretty cool thing. But I got out, left, so I didn't wake anybody up. Came down to work, got my stuff done. Was here an hour maybe. Went out to start my car, and it wasn't starting. It wasn't the battery. We tried to jump it. It was like not getting fuel for whatever reason. Like I didn't know that until other people told me that.
I was going to say, how'd you know that? A fuel pump.
I did know that a fuel pump pumps fuel. I did know that.
That's the name.
So, so I knew that. So yesterday I waited for Beth and Bennett to wake up, and Bennett didn't wake up till like noon, but Beth got up like at 8:30, and she sends me a text, and I'm like, because I'm usually in the basement watching TV or whatever. So I'm like, hey,
oh my God.
Filled her in on what happened. So she's like, well, I'll be down there in a little bit and I'll pick you up. I'm like, okay, I got plenty of stuff to do. So 45 minutes later, she gets here. We are sitting outside and we're like, we have AAA, right? So, because we couldn't get it started, tried to jump it. So we're sitting here and then realizing that we're trying to call AAA, find the number, blah, blah, blah. And we have AAA's like literally in our parking lot.
They are
the
right.
call center's right there. It's
I was like, there's AAA sign
like right there. So the guy came and got the car and took it away, and we left. And then knowing that one thing that usually she'll drive on the weekends, usually in her Jeep. So I usually don't drive my car. Mm-hmm. So every once in a while you sit and you think like, oh crap, I don't have a car tomorrow morning. I don't have a car. I have a car. It's like, oh, I got to depend on. I don't like depending on other people for that. I was going to go to the gym this morning. Then go to the gym. It just threw me all out. But then so this morning, Bennett goes to school later on Mondays.
Okay.
8:30 is their start time every Monday. So I'm like, getting him to take me to work was like pulling teeth.
Oh my
so that
God.
wasn't going to happen. So Beth gets up, 6:30. And she's like, instantly you can tell was just agitated, not mad, but just agitated, nervous. Cause like, what are you doing? She even told me before this whole thing was over. It's like, why? I don't like it when you're here in the morning.
Nope. You throw off my whole process, and you're in the way.
100%. 100%. So I get up and I go, and we had steak last night to eat. Thank you, Les Vogler from over Christmas, and had that. And so this morning I got up and had steak and scrambled eggs. Delish. Making food. It smells like all this stuff. I thought everybody would be happy. Apparently everybody's grumpy in the morning. Beth wasn't grumpy, but
because you were cooking.
Yeah, and it smells delicious.
That's a big part of it. It's honestly, if you aren't a breakfast person, there's nothing worse smelling than food in the morning.
Which she's not a huge breakfast person. She's like, get up and have a cookie.
If I'm cooking my food, that's different. But if I wake up to someone else cooking food, I don't, because generally I don't cook.
Yeah.
Unless like Saturday, I might like late in the morning, might make a pancake or maybe make some scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
But if I have breakfast, just because we go somewhere for breakfast. But otherwise, no, there's no food cooking in my house.
And I'm not usually, I love it on the weekends cooking, but yeah, it didn't go over well. And it was broccoli steak and
my God.
eggs. So I get it now.
Oh my God.
Because it was what we had last night.
Why didn't you just have fish, Pat? Let's have fish and popcorn and burn it.
And bacon.
Please.
Dip it in tuna. So, I mean, I think it's delicious. And it tasted fantastic.
Whatever.
But nobody wanted any of it. No one, not even the boy. So as we're going through our process of everything and getting out of the house and all this stuff, I knock over I broke, like she has this thing, this little flower thing. It's like made out of like really light wood, like balsa wood.
Yeah.
It's very cool, very delicate. And I knew that I'd knock it over at some point. It's been 2.5 years and I didn't. Of course, this morning, bump into it, knock it over, 2 things break off. And what else happened? Went downstairs. Forgot to lock the door. I knocked over a table. I spilled water.
You were in the way.
It was
How many things did she forget?
nothing.
Like,
thank goodness.
that she knows so far.
Nothing yet.
It's like she's probably at work and like, shh. I left that sitting. I'm like, God, you just throw me off, man. Jeez.
And then we're driving down 144th to work, and I'm at this point, I'm picking up the vibe, and I'm nervous. And she's like, I feel like I'm driving to taking my 5-year-old to school. I'm all nervous. I'm drinking water, and I bump, and I hit, and I knock the car out of drive and put it in neutral. I'm like, oh, she goes, just sit still.
Oh my God.
So we pull up in front here,
God.
and I'm like, listen.
Did she even stop?
I don't think she wanted to. Tuck and roll, bitches. Kick me out of the door. So when we pull up, I'm like, listen, can you drop me off by AAA? I don't want you to embarrass me in front of work. And she's like, no, I'm just kidding. I was just kidding. So when I get out of the car, I start walking up toward the thing, and I trip on the curb.
Oh, Jesus.
I was all out of sorts. It messed me just out of my
She's
routine.
watching going,
because
what
as
did
she
I
has a
do?
routine,
What
I have a
did I
routine,
do?
and I was out of my routine. I knew I was throwing her out of her routine.
Yeah.
Bennett was acting weird because I was home. It's like it was all like the universe was all messed up.
All messed up.
And so now I'm sitting here with there's no car.
No.
I got my wife dropped me off.
Yeah. You forgot your lunch.
I did forget my lunch. How do you know that?
Because there's nothing in the fridge.
I did, and that was that thing I was trying to remember earlier. I've had steak. Oh, you're probably happy I did because
Yes,
I had steak
I
and
am.
leftover broccoli.
Holy crap.
And so, crap, you're right. I did, and I forgot my lunch at home. So I'm gonna have to hump it up to Casey's to get a tornado. Or
You're right.
my mom.
You're right. Or no, wait. So on your insurance, you don't have rental.
Well, I don't, but the dealership will give me a vehicle when they're fixing it. So I'm not worried about that.
They'll bring you one?
That's the
Right,
option.
so-
Yeah, they'll bring me one, then I'll take them back and I'll have the car. So that, but and
Okay.
here's another part of the story too, is I called this morning and this car was something that the car is still, my wife's name's on the title.
Okay.
My name is on the account at the dealership.
Okay.
So when I get it serviced or whatever, it's under my name, but we've never had it dropped off there without one of us. So they just looked at the registration title and it was her
Yeah.
name. So I called up looking for a car under my name.
Right.
Couldn't find it. Calling dealerships all over. Thought maybe the tow truck driver took it to the wrong place. We figured it out.
Did
It's
you
up
try the
there.
impound lot? I'm kidding.
Well, I instantly flashed back to the dude that picked it up. I'm thinking he did have like a DOT sticker on the side of that
It's
truck,
right off
didn't
F
he?
Street. It's just down the road from us.
Yeah. So they're going to call me later this afternoon and let me know what's going on, and they
Okay.
could have it fixed, or if
Or they're
they
gonna
keep it
send you a
around, or
car.
they're going to send me a car or whatever.
They could send you a car. Hopefully they find out soon because usually if they take it in, they just give you a car. even if it's for the day.
Oh, but I wasn't there though. Like I called this morning. I'm like, listen, I don't, you know what I mean? So if I was there, maybe they would have.
So maybe, and wouldn't Beth have been happy if you'd just gone with the car?
I think Beth would have been happy if I'd ridden my bike, flat tires and all to work, which I may come home today with a brand new bike in the driveway with a ribbon on it.
She probably was thinking that tow truck driver. There's room for Pat, right? He can sit in front.
Oh man,
we can just put him in the car. That's okay. We'll just send him with you.
And then I realized the reason why I knocked the car out of the gear was because I realized I forgot my lunch, and I go, dang it, in my elbow, wee.
Oh my god.
So,
oh my god, I would have dropped you off 4 blocks from work.
See what I'm talking about? Mercury needs to stop retrograding right now. And we ate an entire bag of Heath bars over the weekend. Okay. And this morning we're looking in my chart on my phone, my medical thing, comparing my weight from months ago to see how much I put on as I'm eating steak, broccoli, eggs, and putting Heath bars in my pocket. I don't know why I'm getting fat, babe. I don't know.
Look at this. Look at what I weighed before. This is crazy.
It's unbelievable.
This must have been wrong.
I don't know what the deal is.
Must be a typo.
My cholesterol looks like a great bowling score. Whip your vision into shape right there, yo, with Kugler Vision. We love that they're a supporter of our podcast.
Absolutely. They've got some great things that are happening on their website. If you haven't been there recently at kuglervision.com, it already was so user-friendly. If you'd thought about having any of the procedures done, and so many different procedures. It's not just one procedure, one size fits all. But interestingly, you'll find over 600 5-star patient reviews, which is amazing. The number of people that are taking advantage and saying, you know what? 2020 is going to be my year. And I think there were a couple of them that were talking about making improvements, that 2020 is the year. Right?
Yep.
They're ready to go. And one of the first ones was vision.
I said what Gary said too. Dr. Kugler's office is amazing. They are amazing because you have cookies and they have delicious like flavored waters.
They do.
Oh, and then they're also great doctors too.
And that too, don't forget. They said that the staff made the procedure a breeze. That's from Natalia. I especially enjoyed the surgery prep in a massage chair, covered by a blanket, drinking some tea. I was relaxed, anxiety gone. I wish I'd done this years sooner. Now to make it even simpler, you can text them. The number to text is 72000. You want to text C Omaha, 2 words, to 72000. I did that. And you will get back a response that will first ask you to confirm. So I text back yes. And then it sent me a link. And when you go to the page, it of course welcomes you. And then it's got some real quick questions about what it is that you're looking for. And then I got a follow-up phone call real quick. And super nice. Nicole called, and she's there just to make sure that you got the information you wanted. And if you had any further questions, she was there to help you out.
Get that consultation now at Kugler Vision. You can also go to kuglervision.com.
And tell them Pat and JT sent you. Let's see here. Is there anything else? Oh, one other quick story. There'll be ongoing stories, no doubt, because talking about, we had this weekend had Taylor Wilson on with us in the last couple episodes talking about the coronavirus and what is going on at Nebraska Medicine, which is pretty phenomenal. I think they have another patient coming in, but everything's been going as according to plan there. But over the weekend, some people were posting some stills or a series of stills from some old episodes of the Simpsons.
Okay.
Claiming that, oh my God, the Oracle of whatever they called it. Anyway, they predicted coronavirus in 1993. And it shows characters spreading and catching cloud of germs, and there's a newscaster has a report on coronavirus. There's a title slide behind him, that says coronavirus on the back, and all this appears to, say, oh, they did it again. They predicted the future. This time, however, they said that there's actually some funny stuff going on here. So it's not actually what it was. There was an episode that was dealing with packages that were sent from Japan that were shipped with the Osaka Flu to Springfield.
That's pretty close.
Still pretty close.
I mean, it's really close.
And one of them, had one of the workers telling his colleague, please don't tell the supervisor I have the flu, as he coughed into a box addressed to Homer. Right. Okay. And then there were some images from the 93 episode, and it was a completely different episode that had the newscaster. And that graphic actually said apocalypse meow, not coronavirus. So some people, so there was some photoshopping going on here. Another collage of photos also that's out there making the rounds is Dean Koontz, the writer.
Oh yeah.
Citing an excerpt from his novel from 1981. It's called The Eyes of Darkness. It talks about a new biological weapon called Wuhan 400. And there's an image on another page that reads, in around 2020,
No way.
a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. In actuality, that book is taken from of none other than Sylvia Browne's End of Days.
No
Sylvia
way.
Browne is the psychic that used to be on with Montel.
Heck yeah. She was lit at the time. She was great.
I don't know if she was for real or a performer, but she had it nailed.
Yep. I bet.
And her whole affect, her delivery.
She was the Denzel of psychics.
No doubt. No doubt. So the Wuhan 400, they said its similarities to coronavirus end with the origin, Wuhan. Kuntz, though, did have a biological weapon in his, but it was completely different. So in any case.
It's still creepy, though. The Simpsons thing, even though the photoshopping, sure. But the book thing, that's
the book
creepy.
thing is crazy. The Osaka Flu is kind of crazy as well.
Is the Osaka Flu a real thing, or is that a completely invented thing?
Completely invented.
And Wuhan 400 sounds like a NASCAR race. That's that a real thing?
No, that is not it. Well, the Wuhan is where the virus Wuhan 400, the Wuhan, it started in Wuhan.
But there's no, okay.
And just so you know, too, that as of this writing, and this was written over 3 or 4 days ago, the coronavirus has a fatality rate at this point of 2 to 4% in Wuhan. That's the epicenter of the outbreak. Outside of there is 0.7. So, it's less. And one other thing that's making the rounds is Dr. Drew Pensky, who is like a no BS kind of guy. He likes the truth. And he recently, not too long ago, went on the tour of, I think it was San Francisco. And he was just blown away by what was going on and what was happening there, and that this was even allowed in any way, shape, or form. And he went off earlier in February too about the media coverage that's happening.
Gets you fired up just listening to this.
It really does when you listen, and we'll post that so you can listen to it. It's out there if you want to find it too. But he's just using your own common sense about things and not allowing anybody to politicize it on either side. Don't let him do that to you. The face mask deal that came out, about using face masks, and they're saying that Amazon is either out or they've raised the prices on what they do have left. And the use of face masks, honestly, is a moot point, because for the most part, the people wearing face masks, especially that you see in China, are wearing it. You wear it particularly, they say, when you're sick is when you wear it, so you aren't expelling.
To protect other people. It's not a protect. I saw somebody go through the whole process of the cleaning and swapping them out, and how many you should need to keep them effective. And if you have facial hair, it's not going to work. Like, you're right. You're not. Don't use it as a mechanism to protect yourself. It's to protect other people.
And most people are wearing the surgical masks, which are like what your dentist wears. So they're not form fitted to your face, and your eyes are still exposed.
Right.
Which they've already said that's a way to get it. So it's not a way to prevent. It's a way to people who are already sick to keep them from expelling any droplets.
That's when you go into the doctor and you see somebody sitting there with a mask on, it's because they don't feel well and they're at the doctor. They're not walking around outside with that to protect themselves from getting sick.
That's the thing. So the biggest thing that they said, and I know we talked about this with Taylor, but I think it bears repeating, the things that you can do, bottom line is making sure you wash your hands. That's the huge one. Hand washing is probably your best line of defense. Keep a distance, of course, from people that are sick, and the coughing and sneezing in the corner of your arm, your elbow, if you can, and don't touch your face.
I know, and I never was a face toucher, but lately I've been touching
going on
my
the
face.
last
I don't
few
know if it's
months,
because
Pap.
people have said that you're not supposed to touch your face anymore.
I don't
but
know.
I like
noticed
touch.
it.
I touch my face. I bite my cuticles. I'm sucking on my pinky.
You rub your eyes a lot.
I do.
And you can't do that.
I know, but I know.
You can't do that.
But I don't know if I've always done that.
I don't think you have. I've been around you for a long time.
Maybe my face is changing. Was that a symptom of low T?
Might be, maybe just self-love.
Well, could be a symptom of that. Hold on, Pat's loving himself in his office. Give him a break. Give him a second.
So keep it at home, okay? Just stop it. So don't touch your face. Don't touch your eyes. Wash your hands at least 20 seconds. Soap and water. That's what they say.
Can't put my hand on my pants. Can't put my hand on my face. What am I supposed to do with my hands? Like Ricky Bobby. It's just going to hover.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to turn this over to Beth. This is her problem. Take it home. I don't want it here.
What am I supposed to do with my hands? Obviously not make steak and eggs in the morning.
Oh my God.
So Facebook, it's Pat and JT. We'll share that video. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.